Hi everybody, good afternoon. I'm Paul Hansen from Adventure on the Water Pro staff with Johnson Outdoors. I want to welcome you aboard into our winter home, the garage of life. And the reason we call that is that this is where all the prep work gets to happen for the pre-season here. Now every year when I'm doing seminars throughout the winter, I get a lot of people who have made the investment, they got the boat, they've been out with their friends, really having a great time, but now they want to start fishing tournaments. There's a lot of things to think about. What is it you need to start fishing tournaments? You know, they're great. Tournaments are awesome because it's great camaraderie with everybody. It's a lot of fun. It's low stress. It's a great way to get on the water and meet other people to do kayak fishing with. So to be prepared for the tournament season, I'm going to show you some things in the boat that I bring with me, and it gets me ready so that I'm prepared for the day on the water. Let's take a look at everything that I have in the boat today that's going to be ready to take with me on the tournament. First of all, let's look at the rods. Now, when you're watching the BASS professionals on TV, man, they got a ton of rods in that boat. But they have the option to do so. With the kayak like this, you really don't have a whole lot of room, but you want to be prepared for everything. So I take no more than 2 rods out on a tournament day. One that I may put with plastics, another rod that I would do with like Rapalas. And then you can switch back and forth as needed. But always be prepared for the next thing. The other thing I like to do is I like to minimize the amount of tackle I bring with me. Now, believe me, we all have more tackle than we're ever going to use our entire lifetime. But I keep it simple for tournaments. I have one box that I use for jig heads, maybe hooks and other things that I'll use for plastics. And then I have another box that I use for Rapalas and stick baits. That goes in there. Everything is easy to access in my boat. I keep it behind me, either in my crate or in another type of bag. Being simple on the water, it's going to make it so much quicker to change out baits as you need to. So during these tournaments, we want to make sure that we're going to get all our fish in the boat so we can measure them. On these tournaments, nothing's going to be kept, so everything is going to be a measured type of fish. So I always bring this type of net. It's a nice folding net. It opens up real easily. Just pop the handle and you can stow it again and put it away. That way I keep the clutter off the boat and it gives me more room. Now the other thing is, what we were talking about is we need to measure. And the hog trough type measuring devices is probably the most standard type of measuring device out there. So what you're going to do is, once you get your fish, put it in there, measure, get the tail. Make sure you can get that tail and you're going to get a really good clean picture. Now at every tournament, they're going to give you a control device. It may be a coin, it could be an arm brace or wrist bracelet, it could be a multiple type of things. That just shows that the tournament is going on and you're a contestant. So this is definitely a plus what you want to have. Make sure that's bright, that all the numbers can be seen so that you don't lose out on the inches of fish. What I like to use is my cell phone. It gives me 2 things. I can take the picture, I can send it off to the tournament directors, and if I'm in trouble, I can always make the phone call to do so. Now with this, you want to get a bag. These bags are great. Stormer makes these bags, and these are awesome. They're magnetic, they're waterproof, you can control everything on your camera just like you do when it's out of the bag. You take your pictures, you send it off, and you're in the contest. Now, you're going to be using that camera a lot, let's hope, and your battery is going to start losing battery power. There are these great new battery chargers. They're like 16 bucks. You plug your camera in here or you plug your phone in here, it will give you a full charge battery in about 15 minutes. So definitely take a look at these. I carry 2 of these on all the tournaments so that I'm prepared if I should lose battery power throughout the day. A couple of the other things I like to bring with me is make sure you've got your pliers. So if to get the hook out of the fish or get it out of you definitely want one of these. We can't control the weather, so we want to be prepared at all times. I like to carry a nice lightweight rain jacket to keep me dry all day and comfortable. I want to fish all the way to the deadline. I want to be warm and I want to be dry. Everything also goes with that jacket is a first aid kit. You never know when you're going to get a hook in the hand or you're going to need a first aid kit. make sure you've got that accessible in a dry bag, and that will make your life easier as well. With all these things together, use these tips, look at the things you need to make your first tournament a successful one and a really enjoyable one as well. I'm Paul Hansen with Adventure on the Water Pro Staff. Looking forward to seeing you on the water.